Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, today we're going to make their envelopes from their fancy, like I would call them fancy vintage envelopes from my Etsy shop, from my new paper, my new printables called She's So Vintage. And so they come on sheets like this. And well, let me just tell you what I made. So in here, this is the fancy vintage envelope. I'm going to show you how to put the envelope together. I think you get, it's $2, and I think you get 3 different envelopes in there. 3 or 4. I can't remember. Okay, and so let me show you how it looks. And what makes it fancy is the nice little scalloped edge on the envelope. And there's the back. Okay. All right, so these are Velcroed. And I'm careful with the Velcro because the Velcro, even with cardstock, I've ripped it, so. All right, but we're okay. Okay, and the inside, what I did is I made a list pad full of just different things. Book pages, coffee dyed paper, French text, French book paper, any type of like love letters, more coffee dyed paper, so you guys get the point. Okay. And then I put a pocket over on this side and filled it with tags. See? And filled it with tags. Okay. So let me just put these tags back in here. So this is what we're going to make today. So I'm trying to think what I want to title this. French envelope filled with a document list, or I'll think of something. But I call them fancy vintage envelope with a document list pad inside and some pockets. I'll think of something to title this. So this is what we're going to make today, okay? So let's go ahead and Velcro this back. And you don't have to use Velcro on here. You could put a big paper clip on here. You could take like a piece of ribbon or a piece of fabric that you cut into strips and wrap it around to keep it closed. So it's up to you what you want. Or you don't have to do it at all. You're going to put this inside of a pocket in your junk journal, or just put it just put it in the junk journal, like at the beginning of your book. Maybe you're going to put this in a pocket. Maybe you're going to tie a ribbon around your whole journal. And then a lot of times I like to put things in that little, after you tie the bow and the ribbon, I like to throw things inside of that. So there's a lot of things you can do with these, okay? And great gifts for your junk journal friends or crafty friends. Okay, so let me show you the other 2. I think it's 3 of these. You get 3 for $2. Oh, actually you get 4 for $2 because you get this one here, the one I just showed you, and then these 2 different ones. Okay. Let me see if I'm in frame completely. I'll do it this way. I don't know why it's not. Let me see if I need to. Just a second, guys. There we go, because we need to be in, there we go. This is the other one. So it's very vintage, very French. It's a bunch of script with flowers, which I think is so pretty. And then this one here, again, very vintage, very French. Okay. So I think we're going to cut this one out and do this one today, and we won't do this one. We'll do that one another time. Okay, and then you get a page. Now we're missing some of these. These are hinges so that we can hinge the flap to the envelope, okay? So you get a whole page of hinges, okay? And that's what it looks like. But the hinge here is already on this one, okay? So I've already cut, see the hinge right here? It was right there, but I already cut it out. So these are the other 1, 2, 3 hinges you get on this one sheet, okay? So you get 4 pages. You get 3 envelopes and 1 page of the hinges, okay? For $2. Okay, So first of all, I'm going to pause you guys. I need to cut these out, and you guys don't need to sit here and watch me cut these out. So I'll cut these out and then I'll be right back. Okay, and just make sure you guys are seeing what it looks like. There we go, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all my pieces cut out. This is my flap, this is gonna be my front, and this is gonna be my back. Okay. The other thing I want to show you, I didn't cut this out, but I'll just do it while you guys are on here so I don't make you guys, this won't take long. So I'm choosing this one, and you can tell how they look, which ones they match. So this one matches this set, and this one goes with this one. So you can tell. Okay. And these right here that I'm cutting out are the hinges. The hinges so that you can attach the flap. And we're going to have to make one more of these hinges on our own. You don't need 2 hinges when you put it together as a regular envelope, but you need 2 hinges for how I'm going to do this. So I'll show you how to make another hinge. Okay. But see where the dark line is? Fold on that line. Okay. Or just fold it in half is what you really want to do, is fold it in half, and half should be right around that, yeah, that dark line. There we go. Well, let's see. Let me just get this folded over right. There we go. Bam. Okay. And I'm just using my bone folder just to really seal this in. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, first thing we need to do is we need to attach this onto here. So what has to happen is this needs to get attached to the front of this. See this here? So the folded edge goes to the edge here. Okay. And this is actually a little long. Oh, maybe this isn't, yeah, this has to be the one that goes with it. Just one second. Or is it this? No, it can't be this one. The other ones match perfectly. For some reason, this is a little long. Okay, so in my kit, which I didn't really, none of the other ones are like this, but this one's a tad long. So you guys just know it's a tad long, like that much too long, just trim it. Sorry about that. When you create things, you try to test everything, but it's only like that much, so just trim it off. No major. Okay. Better than being too short, then that would have been a mess. Okay, so take the folded edge and put it and glue that. You're going to glue it or use double stick tape there. Then after you do that, that's going to, where's our front? This is going to be the front. So first of all, let me get this, let's get this on here first. So we're going to use some double stick tape. You can use whatever adhesive you want. All right, so I'm going to turn you off again. I'm going to put double stick tape here. I'm going to put double stick tape here. Then I'm going to attach this onto here. Okay. And then once that's attached on here, we want to take this like this and put this, slip this in here like this. Okay, like that. So I'm also going to put tape on the inside too. So let me go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I put my double stick tape, and I said something wrong, but we'll get to it in a second. Okay, so this is the front. Decide what your front and what your back is, and I want this to be my front, okay? And then here's this. So this right here, let me just make sure I'm saying everything right. Put it together. Yeah. Okay, so here's this part. This needs to go this part here, the folded edge has to go to the top of the flap like this, okay? And I put my double stick tape there. Now let me take the double stick tape off. Where's my little pokey tool? Okay, where is my pokey tool? Oh, there it is. Okay. So rub these down really, really good. Oh, I get my double stick tape from Dollar Tree. It's the best deal going, and it works really nice. So when you get them though from Dollar Tree, they're in the craft section. I would pick up more than one. I pick up 5, 6, 7, 8 at a time. I try to keep close to 10 on hand at all times because they usually have it, but there's points where they can go and not have it for like a month or so, or a couple of months. So it can happen. Okay, so that the side that's the folded side needs to go to the top of this here, okay? Okay, so now you need the back of the card. Put the two cards together. So there's your front, there's your back. Put them together because this part here I put, see the double stick tape? Opposite of your little fancy edge, for the straight edge, I put 2 pieces of tape right here, and that's going to go in just like this. And really that gets attached to the back card. Okay, the back of the envelope. So now again, let's do this. And I have a video on my channel that shows you just how to put the envelope together, which also that video, like when you, if you purchase this kit from my Etsy shop, if you purchase the kit, in the description is the video. So you can come right to my YouTube channel and come to the video to learn how to put it together. I thought making a video to learn how to put together was just much simpler than trying to explain it. Beautiful. Okay, and that goes onto the back side of the envelope, right? Oh, and I printed this all off onto cardstock. You can print it on however you want, but for this project, I would use cardstock, okay? So now we need to be able to attach. Now, if you're going to, okay, this is how this would go together, like this. And your card would be together, but you still would need to, don't do it for this project because we need this whole thing to open up. But if you're going to make this and use it just as an envelope, you would take your double stick tape or whatever glue and here, seal it here, and seal it here. Okay? But we need this to be attached to this so that it can open up, right? So we're going to use a hinge to do that. So let me show you. I'll show you how to make the hinge. The hinge that we used to put the flap on. Let me show you how to make this. This is a hinge right here. Okay, and I would make it out of just white cardstock. So how you make a hinges are, let me show you. You can get, if you have a scoreboard, get that out. If you don't have a scoreboard, what you want to do, here's a piece of cardstock. If you don't have a scoreboard, what you want to do is you want to make strips, 2-inch strips. So you just want, if you don't have a scoreboard, get yourself a piece of cardstock, measure yourself out 2 inches, measure yourself out 2 inches, mark it in a couple spots, and then cut yourself out a 2-inch strip, okay? So then you'll have your 2-inch strip. Then you'll have this, okay? Just like this. Then what you want to do is you want to just fold it in half. Now, if you have a scoreboard, what you're going to do, it just makes it easier if you have a scoreboard. And I would get a scoreboard in your life for your crafting, not just for to make hinges, but you can do so much stuff with this. But every inch you want to mark on the scoreboard. So at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and when you do that, it gives you a whole bunch now of now you have a whole bunch of hinges. And what you want to do is you don't just want to cut the first line, you want to cut the second line. So on the second line, you cut straight like this. And then I keep these right above me, so I always have hinges ready to go. And see on that score line right there? Fold it on the score line. And it just makes it simpler. If you didn't have the score line, you just had a 2-inch strip, you just have to do it and fold it like this, okay? But this just gives you how to make the hinges, okay? So there's a hinge. And I have another hinge right here. Okay. And like I said, I keep these hinges right in front of me because I use them all the time. There's so many things you can do. Okay, so what you want to do is we want to attach this onto here, right? So we need to attach this hinge on. And we can attach it on the front or the back, but we'll just attach it to the back. And you want to first size it. So put it on there and let's cut it so we can get the right size. Bam. Save these because I make little list pads out of this, and you can use this for the top of the list pad. So save these little ones. Again, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put double stick tape here, put double stick tape here, put double stick tape here and here. Okay, so I'm going to pause you guys and I'm going to do the double stick tape so you guys don't have to watch. Okay, so just right back. Okay, so I have tape on the edge here, turn it over on the edge here and the edge here. On the folded edge, you want to line that up with the bottom of the envelope. Okay, and let's take the tape off. I always rub it really good right before I do it again, just to make sure that we got the, make sure that this is on here good. Okay, so again, you want to take the folded edge, needs to line up with the bottom of the card, or the bottom of the envelope edge. You calling this a card? I don't know why. Okay. Now we want to take the tape off here, off the top. And with this, these printables, these are just the envelopes. There's a whole set. There's a whole set of printables, all kind of papers to fold and make into signatures, vertical and horizontal for your junk journals. So I'll show you a few of those pages. I'll show you a few examples. So you can go to my Etsy shop if you want to get these envelopes, these fancy French envelopes, or if you want to get any of the printables. And also I have tags, and I'll show you the tags also. Okay, so now you want to take the front of the the front of the envelope. I think I keep calling it a card because it looks like a card until we put it together. Okay, I could have lined that up a little bit better, but we're fine. Make sure. So see what you got now, and then I just need to do a little trimming on this side with my hinge. Okay. Now I want to show you guys something. This creates a nice hinge inside of here. If you want to put your these envelopes together like this, you could do that. Have this hinge in here. Oh, you'd have to put the hinge in a different way. Okay, forget that. I'm not going to show you that right now because I'm just going to get you confused. All right, so now you have this. So now this can open up like this because of this hinge. So we've hinged that together. Okay. All right. So the next thing, what I was trying to show you is how you apply this hinge if you want to create a gusset in the pocket, but we'll do that in another video because I don't want to get you guys confused. Okay. I'll show you another video of how to put the envelopes together with a hinge. Okay. But that'll be a different video. Okay, so then what I like to do, because this is white all inside, okay, and most of it's going to be covered up, but if we have anything showing, I like it to be quickly like aged. So I'm taking Distress Oxide Antique Linen by Tim Holtz, and just with right on from the pad, just start rubbing. It gives this whole thing a very just a nice little distressed look inside. I think it's fabulous. Look how nice and distressed that looks. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And right here, it's sometimes hard to get right in there. Take your get these makeup brushes from Dollar Tree, and you just rub on here, and this is great for your distress inks, for your Distress Oxide, for your regular inks, and it just really helps you just anywhere that it wouldn't apply straight from the thing. Because see what happens is there's a little crease right here. That's why I had to kind of use my makeup brush. Okay, so now we got that done. If you want to decorate this inside and use like a script stamp or stamp anything in here, you could do that too, okay? But we're not going to do that. Okay, so the next step, then we got the envelope together. The next step is we want to put in the list pad, okay? That goes right in here. Okay, I'm going to fold this up so you can see. That's the width we have right in here that this list pad's going to go into. And I just measure on the inside of here. What is it? It's basically 4 inches, but I would go down to 3 3/4 with my strips of paper to make this list pad. So measure out 3 3/4 and start ripping up a bunch of pages, which I already did in advance. So I have some script here, some like letters, like love letters. I have like a smaller one here. I have this little type of document, another document, another document, another like love letter, a piece of coffee dyed paper, and we'll use, where's that other piece of coffee dyed paper? Let's throw another piece of coffee. Let's throw in 2 more coffee dyed papers. Oh! And some more coffee dyed paper, okay? And then we'll organize this in a second, how we're going to put this in. Also over here, I have some other stuff that we can throw in. I have these little receipts. We'll put 2 of those in. Aren't those fabulous? I think I got these from Dollar Tree also. And I've got some other receipts that I just ripped up today, and I thought, you know, those would be kind of cool to throw in if they, yeah, these are kind of wide, so they'll be weird if I cut them. So let's not put those in, but let's put these in. Let's put 3 of them in there. All right, so let's organize really quickly how we want our list pad of what we want first. I think just like how I showed you my sample one, I think I want, yeah, I want this to be first, then a piece of coffee dyed paper. Oh, I also have, we'll get one of each of these. I have, this is word search. This is some book pages here. I have all different types of book page. Here's another book page. And then also, this is a French, old French book page. Isn't that beautiful? So let's layer all this together, okay? So you have all that. We'll put this in there. We'll take this French book page, put that in. Let's put in one of these. Then we'll take another love letter. I always call everything a love letter. Another book page, another piece of coffee dyed paper. Let's put in another one of these receipts. Okay, and one more whole set of everything. Let's put this. I love stuff that looks like a document. Let's put that in there. Coffee dyed paper, and we'll put this in. Okay. So that's probably enough right there. Oh, we have one more of these. Let's just we'll put that receipt right in there. All right, so the rest of this can go into my next one. And if you have any pieces that are, you don't want these pieces longer than your book. So I think I pretty much measured those. So measure whatever the middle of it is. So what did I say? I did these 3 3/4 so that they'll fit right in here, and they do, I believe. Let me just make sure. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that everything fits in here, and it's not going to you don't want them to get into the way of the fold and the crux, because then they can't fold. And some of these are a little bit big, so just a second, because it just felt like I need to trim just a little bit. Hopefully, okay, I can trim just a little bit off of here and not get completely off. All right, those just need to be trimmed, I think, a little bit. Hopefully, we're still good. Just making sure, fold it before you put it in here to make sure everything folds in here nice. But I could just trim these up just a tad bit more. Okay, you guys, I'm going to trim these up a tad bit more off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay. So I just took this to my paper trimmer and just trimmed these all down, just the tiniest amount. Because what you want to do is you want to float in between the two little crux, like the little folds here. You want to float in the middle of that so that you don't get in the way, so everything will fold like that, okay? So the next step is make yourself another one of these flaps. I've already showed you how to make this flap, so you're making another one. Remember I told you there's a lot of things you could do with these flaps, and I'll show you what we're going to do right now. I did this in some dark brown, what do you call this? Anyway, brown cardstock, because it's matching what I'm doing. You could use coffee dyed cardstock, you could just use white, you could use whatever you want. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through my papers and making sure that everything is lining up. Like I have some that aren't as wide, like those receipts. I just want to make sure all the papers are up where they need to be, so we catch everything. Okay. Okay, and so this needs to come up a little bit. So just make sure everything is up, even at the top, so that you can catch everything. Okay. So then what we want to do is we want to put our little flap here on top. Okay. And first of all, let's just cut it. So put it on here like this and trim it. Bam. Still save this because we can make other little list pads with that. So this is going to go like this on top. And this is what holds our whole list together. Plus, it just makes it look really cool, doesn't it? And we're going to use a stapler. And I do 3 straight across, like that. And you can leave it just like that if you want. You could put a piece of lace at the top. I'm going to put my, where are they? Here they are. I'm going to put my, I have quotes. I have quote sheets, and these are already all cut up, but they're whole 8.5 by 11 quote sheets. And this one says Button and Company. Really cool sayings. Simply Vintage, Paris Finds, Beautifully Vintage, Vintage Lady, Paris Finds. So things like that. This one is printed a little bit bigger, Beautifully Vintage. And I have all of this is Vintage Style, and this is Vintage Lady. So I have all of this in my, I have these in my Etsy shop. I think each page is $1, I think. So, and what's nice, they're kind of like the Tim Holtz ones, but what's really nice about them is you can print them over and over. So you always have them. Where are my scissors at? Here they are. This one was kind of ripped. So I'm just we might be using this one. Let me just trim it out a little bit. And this one was copy dyed. I think I printed it out and then copy dyed. Just trying to get this nice and straight, or straight enough. Okay, this needs to be a little straighter, just a little bit. Okay. So this one says Vintage Lady. I'm going to put that right here. Okay. And again, you can get these, or you can use any of your own little quote sheets if you have the Tim Holtz ones, whatever you want to do. This is another one, Vintage Style. Or if you don't have quotes and stuff like that, you can also, if you have stamps, you can stamp your own out. Also, you can use, sorry you guys, my thing's falling here. You can use a piece of lace and put a piece of lace or trim at the top. So there's so many things you can do, or you can just leave it. So I'm going to, of course, ink the edges, because everything looks, in my opinion, everything looks better inked. That could be a t-shirt. In my opinion, everything looks better inked. Only other crafters or junk journals would understand what inking things is. Like, who'll be like, what the heck are they talking about? Okay. And then let's take this one to put that down. Let me just get a piece of book page that I like to just use as a, there we go. Just a book page just to use as a glue spot. And let's get some glue on the back of here. Okay. I've talked about this in my last few videos. I just started using this glue stick. I always hit everything 3 or 4 times with my glue stick in the same spot, just so we get a lot of glue on there, and that really makes sure that no matter what brand, I do that, and it really makes sure that it glues it on good. And the glue I'm using is by Jot at Dollar Tree. And someone had said that this glue was good. So I watched a couple of videos who were testing it out. They loved it. And in my opinion, it's actually better than the Yoo-Hoo. Better. And I know that's saying a lot because everyone loves this Yoo-Hoo, but I think it's better than the Yoo-Hoo. And you guys, right now you get 8 for $1.25. That's an insane deal. I bought tons of them. I bought enough for the year. So I bought 5 packs one time, and I went back, I bought 5 more packs. So, I mean, I have a ton of glue sticks. And that sounds obnoxious like a lot, but you guys know, if you junk journal or art journal or do crafting, we use the heck out of glue sticks. So, there we go. So now we have our pad. Look how fabulous this is. Isn't this so cool? There we go. So now we need to put this inside of here, and we'll just it'll float right in the middle, okay? And I'm going to put this on with some hot glue. You can use anything. I could have used double stick tape, but I'm going to use this hot glue. And I got to hurry. And the reason I have to hurry is because my glue will dry. There we go. I live in Las Vegas and it's very dry and hot here. I mean, I know I'm inside my house in air conditioning, but things still dry out really quick. Okay. And then if your list pad's a little longer than your envelope here, then just come in here and just trim that off. There we go. Now my list pad's perfect. See, and now everything will fit in here and fold perfectly down. Look how beautiful that is. Okay. Okay, so over here, we can cover this with paper. We could leave it just like this, all distressed, you know. And this time, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to cover this with paper. On my last one, on my sample one I showed you, we covered it with paper. But I am going to ink the edges. We're just going to put the pocket in. So on this, you can do whatever you want. If you want to cover this with paper, you can do that. If you want to stamp it, you can stamp it. I'm just going to ink the edges. I'm just going to ink the edges, and we're going to put the pocket in. Just for the sake of time of the video. Okay. Look at it. Whenever you ink things, it just looks so much better. Doesn't it? All right, so now we need another piece. Let me just make sure I'm in frame. We need another, we need to put a little pocket right here, right? All right, so let me find a little piece of cardstock that's just sitting here. Oh, and I also have tags too. All right, I'll show you these. All right, I'm going to show you these next. These are tags that I have in my Etsy shop to go with this whole printable line. I'm just looking for if I have any scrap that I can make a pocket. All right, I have this. This again is one of my printables. Make sure that you guys are seeing. This is one of my printables. Let me show you a few of my printables real quick before we put the pocket in, so I don't forget. Just to show you, this is not a whole page. There's another little bit of the page, but just so you can kind of get a feeling of what my printables look like. So there's one. Here's another. And these are vertical, so you can just fold these into signatures, so you can do those long, tall journals. And then I made some of them to go this way. Okay? So you can fold them the other way. You can fold them horizontally. This is another vertical one. But either one, if you have a tall journal or the ones that you fold horizontally, you can put them in either journal. But I just made them, I made some both ways. Here's another one. Here's another. Here's this one. This is really cool. This is my own artwork, and I split her face in half and then collaged all these different papers on here. There's another one. There's another one. And I already showed you this one. Okay. So this is just to show you some samples of, and then these are some of my artwork, like little cards. And you can cut these up and make them into anything. They could be pockets, they can be tags. You can cut them up into whatever you want to cut them up into. Okay. In fact, we'll probably use one of those. And here's another one. Another page. And then this is the page here of this envelope. It's a vertical envelope. So you put it together. There's the hinge and there's the fancy flap. This is another envelope, a smaller one. And here's the hinge, and then there's the fancy flap. So Oh, and then here's another, wait, is this another, no, this is something else. Okay, so if you're interested in the printables, every 5 printables is $2. Except for, I think you get 4 pages with the ones with the envelopes, with these fancy envelopes that we've been talking about. Okay, I just found this. I wanted a scrap piece of one of my printables to make into a pocket. So we are going to use this and make this into the pocket. You know, I actually want the pocket to be a little wider. Just a second. Just a second. I wish I could use that because that's just like the perfect little piece. I'm just looking to see what I want to do here. All right, maybe we'll go back with this. Okay, let me trim the edges off of here. Okay, so now we need to create this pocket here, and we want to use, I want to make it a pretty nice size pocket. Okay, there. And we need to trim around. You know what, we're going to use a pencil and just pencil this out so I know where to cut this off at. Okay, let's cut this out. Okay, let's bring this back in. And let's see about this pocket. Yeah, we need to trim this pocket down and put it on my paper slicer. Just trim it down just a little bit more. If your pocket's a little less wide, perfect, because it can just kind of float a little bit. Because you want to stay out of the fold and you want to stay away from the edge. So let me just see where this is at now. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and again, let's ink this. So I'm just using whatever ink is left on my thing here. All right, and then also let's cut a little, take a circle punch and then trim this out, and then go halfway and look through the little hole, the little window, and you can see halfway, and that'll give you one of those. And just let you know that it's a pocket, right? Right. And then you can glue this in right here. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this here. Let me show you the tags, and I'm going to go off camera, put on my double stick tape and glue this down, and then cut out some tags. Let me show you these tags really quickly. These are in my Etsy shop also, and like I said, every 5 pages is $2. So here's one set of tags. Here's the second set of tags. And the tags match the printables. And bam. So let me pick out like 3 or 4 tags, cut them out, and then I'll be back and I'll have the pocket glued on, and then we'll put the tags in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let me show you guys. I went ahead and cut out this one. I cut out this one and this tag. If you want, you can put a little hole at the top, you could put a little tab at the top, you can put some you know, some ribbon through the top, however you want to do it. For the sake of time, we're not going to do it. We're just going ahead and the back they can journal on. Okay, so we're just going to put our journaling cards in here, or our tags. There we go. Oh, and I glued, and I went ahead and you know, glued in the pocket. I used, like I said, my double stick tape, and I put the tape here, here, and here, and glued in, taped in, double stick taped in the pocket. Okay, so now look at this. This is so beautiful. We have our list pad here. We have a pocket with tags. Beautiful. And like I said, on the back of here, if you wanted to, you could have covered this with scrapbook paper. Okay, you could cover this part with scrapbook paper too. When you print this out, you could print it and double print it on each side, so this is covered on the inside. However you want to do that, okay? It's up to you. Okay, so now, so this is what this looks like when we fold it. Isn't that beautiful? That list pad is sticking out a tad bit right there. You know what? We're going to trim the list pad a little bit. I thought I trimmed it enough already, but we didn't. No major. Just, if your list pad's a little long still, just trim it a little more. There we go. So now my list pad isn't sticking out the bottom. Okay, so here, if you want to, at this point, to keep this closed, because the flap goes like this, you can put the piece of Velcro in there. You can tie a ribbon around it with a bow. You could put just a paper clip on there. I have these jumbo paper clips, so I could just take this and put a jumbo paper clip. You could not do anything at all and just put it in a pocket of in your junk journal and put this in a pocket and it'll stay closed, right? You could put a paper clip on there. Let me show you how to do the Velcro. On the other one, I did Velcro in 3 different places, here, here, and here. But on this one, I could just put Velcro here and it'll stay, okay? So let me just show you how to do the Velcro and then we'll be done. So this is the Velcro. I get it from Dollar Tree in the craft section. And what I like to do is this. I like to take both pieces. You know how there's a rough piece and then there's 2 different pieces. That's 2 of the same one right here. So take your 2 different type pieces like this. Take them off. And I'll show you how I line them up so that they line up together. So then put the 2 pieces together, sticky sides out, because these are sticky, but I don't trust the sticky, okay? So then what I like to do is I go ahead and decide where I want the glue at. And I want it about right here. I put the hot glue. You guys, honestly, I would use, instead of hot glue, I'm doing this for this, I would use E6000 and then let it sit overnight. Because I did have problems with just one of them ripped my cardstock, and I had to glue the cardstock back together and then glue this back on. It only happened on one of them, but it would just ensure things. I would use E6000, but because we're doing a video, I'm not going to use E6000 because we want something instant. Okay, and so what I do is I put that there, and I've already put those 2 together. This is the sticky side out, right? Put hot glue right there. And then just go like this. And then that way, everything's lined up together. See? And then you don't have to worry about it. And, yeah, and this stays closed pretty good. If you want, you could have put another one here and here. But I'm not. I'm just going to put one in the middle. And then I'm going to let this sit here for, I would let this sit for, even with, if you use the glue stick, if you use the hot glue, let it sit for a few hours before you open it, okay? And even when you open it, be a little careful. Like, kind of hold your Velcro down, and then your bottom piece of Velcro, hold it down, and then hold it by the Velcro here and open it up. We're only dealing with paper, you guys, even though it's cardstock, so you just want to be careful. You can be probably less careful if you use the E6000, so that's what I would do. But look how fabulous this looks. Isn't this beautiful? And this would be the most beautiful gift to give a crafty friend, wouldn't it? Absolutely beautiful. I love it. And it's great for your junk journal. So you can, let me just show you, and then we're going to end this video. Okay, this is my junk journal here. I have 2 junk journals. I have this one, and then I have a tall, skinny one. And this is going to fit into both of them. Put this away real quick. And this is my junk journal. And I have a video on how to make this with this, especially with this extended spine. And I collaged using my printables. Okay. And the ones I showed you was a small sampling of what I have. I think I have like 25 printable pages in this, of just the pages, not including tags and envelopes and all of that. Okay, so let's open this up. And this is what I'm saying. If you were to take like a ribbon like this and tie it in a bow, there, you could shove things like this inside of here, okay, when it's tied on. So that's a way to use these. You can just stick it right there in the front of the journal, okay? If you have I don't have any pockets or anything in it because I haven't started decorating this yet. But if you want to put a pocket in, you could put the pocket in right here and put this in the pocket, okay? That'd be fabulous. You could even take it like this, and if you have a big paper clip especially, or just a larger paper clip, and paper clip this in like this, okay, and paper clip it in. That'd be fabulous. So I just want to show you how you can use these in your junk journals. So I love it. Okay, why is that tearing right there? Just looking at this real quick, you guys. All right, guess we're okay. It looked like my signature was tearing in the paper a little bit. As I go along, it's just the first page that's kind of a little bit. All right, I think we're okay. All right, so just wanted to show you how you can use these. And so we have this one and we have this one. And that is it, you guys. So let me know if you like this, if you're going to try this out. And like I said, if you want to, you can go to my Etsy shop and pick up the fancy envelope kit. It's $2, and you get, I think, 4 pages on that one instead of the 5 pages. There might be 5. It's either 4 or 5 pages, but it's $2, and you get 3 or 4 envelopes. I think it's 3 envelopes in that pack. Yeah, you get 3 envelopes, and then you get the hinges. So, and you can make these. Isn't that fabulous? I love these. So you can go to my Etsy shop and get that if you'd like. It's My Fairy Treasures. There's a clickable link in the description box. We have a group called Our Magical Little Place. If you make these, please take pictures and share it with us. Join the group. But if you don't, if you do anything else, if you junk journal, art journal, if you have an Etsy shop, you can leave links. If you have a YouTube channel, you can leave links. If you knit, crochet, junk journal, art journal, it doesn't matter. Join the group. Inspire, get inspired. And that is it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave any comments that you want to leave. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.